As you finish up the Aristophanes experiment, you're going to want your students to summarize their work. What I tell my students is to tell me what you did, what you found out, and how you know what you found out. And there are a lot of ways to do it. We want to allow students to tap into their creative side. This is an example of a Glog using Glogster. You can get an account and allow students to import their own pictures, videos, add text and arrows. That'll give them a chance to be able to describe their work with a lot of different types of information. We already took a look at infographics before, and remember, you can use that for writing up labs where students can include their own pictures, they can include things that they draw by hand, things from the computer, so all of that can become part of what they would look at. We can also take a look at a PowerPoint type format. Normally you might think of having many slides going down the side here, but this is a case where we have sort of the poster format. And when you look at this poster format, you can see that this is more of a formal lab printout. So if you printed this out, it would actually come out 2 feet by 3 feet on a large format printer, and something you might use at a science fair. So this is a different way to use PowerPoint in order to describe your work. And then we can take advantage of video. You could use a screencast, just as I'm doing, to show different information that you have online. We want to take a look at a couple of different ways that you can describe. Now I'm going to scrub through the video, and what you'll see is that they have pictures included, but they have graphs. And remember, we talked about annotating the graphs, and so the students should be using those types of tools in order to help tell their story. You can think of creative ways. This student made some haikus related to a study on waves. And so that's another way that you can allow students to tap into that creative side of their work and bring their own interests in. And then finally, this is an online tool called Powtoon, and these students did an experiment where they had, as I scrub through, you can sort of get a sense of what's happening, but they took two carts and they collided them together. That's what they actually did. And so when the carts collided, you can see they chose a panda and a bird, but they represented the magnetic bumpers in here. As you go through, they are able to circle things and use arrows. They also were able to put in their own graphs that they made using software from the computer. So they have their own pictures. And again, you can see where they are using arrows to highlight and to annotate. And so this type of culminating project can bring together all of the skills that students have for them to really show off their creative and innovative side.